Hey everybody, welcome back to Sarah J. Awesome. I am so happy. I'm feeling basically 95% better. If you watched the video that my husband made for me while I was super sick and you left a nice comment, thank you so much. You know, a lot of our spouses have opposing opinions about our Teslas. He had some really good points, and I know that a lot of y'all experience that with your spouse too. They're so sick of hearing about your car, and you know, you just want to talk about it all the time, and they're like, oh my god, just shut up. That's why we have each other, right? That's why I'm sitting here talking to you guys, because my husband doesn't want to hear about it anymore. Thank you so much for being so supportive and just leaving all those nice comments. Y'all are amazing. Thank you. We love you. Especially me. I especially love you. So this video today is because a lot of people have recently been watching my video that I had made about the bad odor that developed in my car from the AC system. I started looking and I'm like, how long ago was that? Because I did plan on doing an update on the whole odor issue. And apparently it has been exactly 6 months since I changed my filters and cleaned my coils and had that major issue with the odor. So it's the perfect time to do an update. I am very proud and pleased and happy to say that my odor in my car has not come back. Not even one time. I have not smelled anything bad at all. I'm going to go into a little bit of detail, but not too much. If you are having this issue or you want to learn a lot more about what I'm talking about, I am going to, at the end of this video, put on either side the video about different options that you have and reasons why this is happening, etc. And then also the video about how to actually change the filters and clean the coils. And I just want to add one more time, because everybody asked me, you don't have to remove your frunk to change the filters and clean the coils. I literally just did that because I was being extra and I wanted to see what the drain hole looked like for the AC system. And I was able to see that, which is a whole different monster. But if you have a dual motor, you're not going to be able to see that drain, so don't even worry about it. So my car is the Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus 2020, and when my car was 7 months old at 17,000 miles, it started to smell like a McDonald's play place, like a bunch of kids' nasty feet. At 18,000 miles, I realized it was definitely from my AC vents that the smell was coming from. Originally, I blamed it on my own children. I'm sorry, kids. It was not my kids. I kept smelling them. I'm like, what does that smell? Go take a shower. Let me see your shoes. But it wasn't my kids. It was my car. At 19,000 miles, 10 months old, my car smelled like a construction worker had been working in the rain for a week and had not showered and was wearing leather boots with the same pair of socks in the rain, and then came home and took his socks off and rubbed Swiss cheese all over the bottoms of his feet. That's what my car smelled like. I was super pissed at Tesla, but I am happy to say that after I changed my filters myself and I cleaned the coils, the odor has not come back. I purchased a very cheap pair of filters on Amazon called Breathe Easy, and I've been very happy with them. I love them. They work very well. They're very easy to install. They are not HEPA filter, so when you do turn off the recirculated air and you're pulling in fresh air from outside, you will smell the exhaust fumes and stuff from other cars, but I never pull fresh air in from outside. And that's something else I want to mention, is that when I did have the problem, I had a Tesla mobile service guy tell me that I should pull in fresh air from outside and try not to use recirculate. And I found out that he was completely wrong for telling me that after months and months of research and talking with my dad, who's a mechanic, and doing my own experiments. I use recirculated air 24/7. I live in a very hot, humid climate. It's complete BS that pulling fresh air in from outside will help with this odor problem. You're really just pulling in more debris from outside, and you're pulling in odors from outside. You're pulling in bacteria, mold spores, pollen, all kinds of other stuff that's just, you know, getting sucked up into your air filters and just having more things in there that can breed odor and bacteria. And also it's making the AC system work harder because you're trying to cool off that hot air from outside as it's coming in the car. There's no way to get the car comfortable when it's like 100 degrees outside. So I completely disagree with the Tesla mobile service guy. Just leave it on recirculated air all the time if that's your thing. And Something else that's very interesting is a few months after I had this whole debacle with the AC issue, Tesla came out with car wash mode. I had done a lot of experiments with the air intake system and all these other things. I put a camera down in there, all kinds of crazy stuff. But with Tesla car wash mode, when you turn it on, you'll notice that it actually turns on recirculated air. It doesn't want you pulling in that fresh air from outside because you're pulling in that moisture and soap and whatever else down into your AC system. You should have recirculated air on when it's raining outside, in my opinion. I'm not like, a Tesla engineer or anything like that, but it's just my humble redneck opinion. I want to show you what I'm talking about with the car wash. We're going to go to service, car wash mode. Let's look at this. Climate recirculating right there. My cabin air filters that I purchased to replace the Tesla ones are cheaper than the Tesla ones, and they look and feel exactly the same as the Tesla brand ones. So I don't see any reason at all to purchase the Tesla one. I really prefer these, and I haven't had any issues with these. So they may be better, actually. And the cleaner that I got, the price has actually gone down, and it's actually more available now. I use the NextZet Climate Cleaner, and I only used 1 can to do the service. You do not need 2 cans of the NextZet Climate Cleaner. For Tesla to change your air filters and clean your evaporator coils, they charge $145. That includes everything. That includes the new air filters and them cleaning the coils with literally the same cleaner that I used. For me to do it, it costs $37.12. That's for 2 air filters and 1 can of Climate Cleaner. And like I said, as soon as I did the process, the odor was gone 100% immediately. I will say it has been 6 months now and the odor has not come back. And when it first happened, my car was only 7 months old when the odor first appeared. So far so good. When I first got the car, it was in September. I was already using the AC a lot. I mean, I used the heater for I guess 3 months out of that 7 months. The other 4 months were AC months. But I was using the AC a lot. I was driving 2 hours a day back and forth to work. I was using Climate On when I was going in the grocery store and stuff, which I still will do. But it was building up a lot of condensation. I think the real problem here is that the housing for the coils and the filters is just very, very tight and compact. When you use the AC a lot and you have a lot of condensation from the AC, it's just not all evaporating. So when you have all of the bacteria and stuff in there, mold spores and everything, it just creates a bad odor because you have moisture in there that's not getting out. Tesla did do a software update and it leaves the AC fan running for a little bit, but that's really not enough to dry up the condensation, especially if you're using dog mode, camping mode, Climate On, or you're driving for long periods of time with the AC temperature on low like I do. I mean, it's freaking hot here. So it really creates a ton of condensation. Something that I have done that I think is keeping the problem at bay and is not allowing the bacteria and stuff and odor to come back is that during the months that I use the AC, so summer basically and spring and a little bit of fall, when I use the AC a lot, like more than 30 minutes, when I get home that night and I'm inside my house comfortably and I'm, about to go to bed, I set a timer on my phone for 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how much I've used the AC that day. And I turn my heater on full blast in my car. Another thing that I want to make note of here is that I leave it on recirculated air. I don't want it pulling in additional humidity from outside. I only do this after the sun has gone down because the interior of the car gets extremely hot and I don't want to damage the screen or any other electrical components in here or my interior or anything like that by adding additional super hot freaking heater to a 150 degree interior of a car. I did forget a few times and leave the heater running in my car for like 30 minutes. But basically what that does is that just really dries up all of the moisture in all of the air vents, the air filters, the evaporator coils, the drain pan, the housing for the air filters and the coils, and it just dries everything up completely so that there's no moisture in there to breed bacteria and odor. If I don't drive the car that day, then I don't even do that. If I drive the car for like 20 minutes or less or something, I don't worry about doing it. If I've used the AC a lot, then I'll turn it on for 15 minutes. If I've only used the AC a little bit for like, an hour or something, I'll just turn the heater on for 10 minutes. I know that this is, annoying because I've never had to do this for any other vehicle that I've ever owned in my life. So I do believe it is some kind of design flaw with the housing for the evaporator coils and filters. But at least I was able to fix this myself for cheap, and I'm perfectly capable of doing it again. I've showed y'all how to do it. I never broke any plastic clips when I was removing any kind of interior panels or anything like that, or exterior panels. Once you get used to doing it, it's super easy. The next time I do it, I'll make another video and it'll be even faster and quicker and shorter. They have even made it easier for the 2021 model and up. They changed kind of where the high voltage wires are, and they also changed where the screw placement is, which is the most annoying part of the whole process. It will be easier for y'all even than it was for me. Tesla recommends that you do the filters and coil cleaner once every 2 years. I had to do it at 7 months old. I didn't actually do it until 11 months old, but now it's already been 6 months and I've had no issues at all. So I think that turning on the heater regularly is a huge factor. It's just drawing up that moisture and keeping the problem gone. So if you live in a humid climate like me, this is something that you need to do during the AC months when you use the AC a lot. But people who live in the desert, you're good. You shouldn't have any odor problems at all. You don't need to turn the heater on. Like, basically, your environment just sucks all the moisture out on its own. I am super happy with my filters and my cleaner. Surprisingly, I thought I was going to have to change the filters and do the coils again after 6 months, but that has not been the case. I may actually be able to get to that 2-year mark. So I am super, super proud of that. I think I'm actually the first YouTuber to be able to come back and say that after the first time that I changed my filters and cleaned my coils, the odor did not come back. Pretty much everyone else that I've watched, they've been like, the odor came back, the odor came back, the odor came back, but mine has not come back. So I am very happy with my process. I'm happy with the filter and cleaner that I chose, and I'm very happy with this new method of turning the heater on every once in a while. I hope this video was helpful to y'all. I hope that y'all are not having this issue. This issue is only with Model 3 and Model Y, from what Tesla has told me themselves. And we're also the only ones that don't have the HEPA filter. But after a lot of research and experiments and stuff, I don't think that the HEPA filter has anything to do with it. I think it's the design of the housing for the air filters and coils. But I could be wrong. What do I know? I just know what has worked for me. So if you have any questions, let me know and I will help you with the entire process. Definitely do this yourself. I don't see any reason why you should be paying anyone to do this. Like, I literally did this myself and my odor hasn't come back. And I'm very proud of myself. So if I can do it, you can do it. Everyone have a great week and I'll see y'all next time.